I would love to see this game remastered. Don't get me wrong, 12-year-old me would love to see this game remastered, but I think they would ruin this game. It's that time, bro. We're here for this. We heard it. Let's see if it's real.
How can it be a mixture of Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3? Other features we want to see, and a bunch of stuff like that. A lot of stuff to go through here in today's video. If you guys are new and would like to, I would agree.
As long as it can make a game that has no skill base, has a good balanced creative class system, a pick 10 system, good perks, and just the game functions right. That's all Treyarch needs to do, and they would absolutely take over the game, but they're not. Treyarch isn't 2012 Treyarch anymore. That's what the unfortunate part is.
Really appreciate that, and be sure to drop a like on the video as well. Now, first up, very quickly, I tweeted this out yesterday. The official Treyarch Zombies red pill versus blue pill. Which one are you picking? This proved to be
I know what I'm picking.
This proved to be super difficult for a bunch of you guys out there. Which one are you picking?
Which one? I'm picking this side. No, I'm picking this side. Just because Brawadisin and Mob of the Dead are my two favorite maps. I love Origins, don't get me wrong. Origins is just one of the best maps of all time. But I don't like Shadows of Evil. I'm just not a fan of Shadows of Evil. It rubbed me the wrong way.
This proved to be super difficult for a bunch of you guys out there. Be sure to click the link down below in the description. Go to this tweet here and let me know in the replies of that tweet which one are you picking. You have to pick one, red pill or. It's
gotta be red.
We'll run through these very quickly here. For the red pill, we have Transit from Black Ops 2, Horizon Drop from Black Ops 3, Mob of the Dead from BO2, 9 from BO4, and for the blue pill, we have Origins from BO2, Die Rise from BO2.
Don't get me wrong.
Shadows of Evil from BO3,
the blue pill is good.
So, really
I just don't like.
Go to that tweet. Let me know what you're officially picking, red pill or blue pill, and be sure to follow me over on Twitter.
I don't like.
We'll be doing a bunch more of these types of little games, ranking maps and stuff like that. We'll be doing it for other zombies maps. I have to include BO1 in the next one. I know I missed BO1 here, and I missed.
You gotta get some BO1 maps, bro.
More of that over on my Twitter. Really do appreciate it, guys. I'm not gonna leave my official answer here, what I'm picking, until a couple weeks from now. Maybe in a week I'll reveal what I pick here. I don't want to sway the votes or anything, but you know it's a very tough choice for sure.
I'm going with red.
For this video here, Call of Duty 2023, as you guys have been seeing, we've been talking about new pieces of info coming out about this game, Treyarch's next Call of Duty, being a Black Ops 2 style game. A while back, we got some info from Credible Leaker and.
So we're going back into the future again?
Just that, a BO2 style game.
Is that what we're doing now? Is we're going back into the future? Do we really want to do that? Do we really want to do that again? Do you really want to do Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, BO4, BO3 all over again? I don't think so. I would love to see this game remastered. Don't get me wrong, 12-year-old me would love to see this game remastered, but I think they would ruin this game. Honestly, I think BO2 remastered would be ruined. Nobody would like it. They'd be like, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" And then you play like BO2. Like, I don't think people are going to like it. The new innovative features that we have now are going to ruin the old classics. They're gonna ruin them. Just leave them alone. Honestly, that's my opinion. Just leave them alone.
He's been very credible with past Call of Duties, and obviously you have to take everything with a grain of salt, but seeing how Black Ops Cold War was a sequel to Black Ops 1, it's not surprising whatsoever to see this next Treyarch game be a, Black Ops 2 sequel, maybe a BO2 prequel, or just a BO2 style game / a BO2 remake, or even a reboot. We don't know for sure yet, but it seems like this game will have some heavy Black Ops 2 influence, which is really cool to hear. But we have some more info on what we may be seeing here. The Ghost of Hope tweeted this out, COD 2023, and two pictures, one of Black Ops 2 and another of Black Ops 3. Now, at face value, this is so sick. If COD 2023 is a mixture of not only BO2...
Nah. I mean, yeah, it could work if it's done right.
but Black Ops 3 as well. That seems like almost the perfect combination for a game from a zombie standpoint, from a multiplayer standpoint. Now for the campaign, I think it's fairly one-sided. Most people definitely agree that Black Ops 2's campaign was just infinitely better than Black Ops 3's campaign.
Oh, 10 times better. Black Ops 3's game confused the shit out of me, bro. I was like, what the fuck? When I played this shit.
The combination here is just so good for Treyarch's next game. Now he goes and explains, you know, what he means by this here, what exactly is coming together, why this makes sense. He says this first, which really isn't that surprising, but he says COD 2023 is boots on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Thought differently because
300 for that.
Okay.
2,000 for
All
that.
right. That's a good. That's a perfect. Be quiet.
Okay, so first,
That's a perfect start. If it's a boots on the ground, that's a good start. It's a very good start.
how people would think that, you know, Treyarch's next game would not be boots on the ground. I mean, at this point, at least for the foreseeable future, Call of Duty is not going back to boost jumping, although there have been a bunch of tweets from people, various YouTubers, and just fans of the game saying we should go back to boost jumping and all of that stuff.
Do we really want to do this again? I don't think people are gonna like it. I really don't. I think there's too many new Warzone players that it's not gonna mesh well. And how is that gonna mesh with Warzone? I think that would ruin Warzone, honestly.
Suits, and I've seen a lot of pro players in specific saying that as well, how it increased the skill gap so much for the competitive scene and all different stuff like that. And I'll admit personally, I played so much Advanced Warfare multiplayer, it was unreal. That was probably my prime of Call of Duty multiplayer. I was playing 8s all the time, game battles, matches, clan battles with my friends. I was insanely into multiplayer, so it was fast paced, it was a ton of fun, and I personally
honestly, Advanced Warfare's multiplayer is okay. I would say that because I played on the Xbox One. It was really good. The movement though was a little clunky. The gunfights though, they were good. They were solid. But the movement was clunky. I think BO3 did it right. Did the XO movement right.
Mind seeing maybe Sledgehammer for their next game going back to a boost jumping exosuit type of game, especially considering people seem to be just completely over the World War II theme.
Yes,
well just go
yes,
for it, even if
we're over that. Yes, but I don't understand why, because we haven't really touched that in like 5 years, so I don't understand why we're over that. But my thing is, just stay in the modern day. I would love to see Treyarch make a modern day, like a modern warfare game, but Treyarch style. That would be amazing. Brand new characters that we've never heard of, and a brand new story. That's what I would want to see from Treyarch. But unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get that, because they need to make a quick dollar. And they're going to make a quick dollar off of BO2 and BO3. They're going to make a fat check from that.
If it's a risk as well, I think a lot of people would actually appreciate them going back to that and trying it again. Although Activision probably still has a ton of PTSD from all the hate they received from the futuristic Call of Duty games, but you know, maybe they're starting to also get PTSD from the hate that Sledgehammer's World War II games are getting nowadays. So who knows what they're thinking. And another point to that, Black Ops 3's multiplayer was futuristic, and for the most part, it was widely loved. So I don't know. I guess they could still kind of go back to the futuristic era, but do it in a good way. Like
they got to do it right, though.
Maybe the only studio that could pull off the futuristic era boost jumping.
If they're gonna do it, don't bring it to Warzone. Do not bring it to Warzone. Do not. Unless Warzone somehow goes into the future, and you make a futuristic Warzone map, which I don't see them doing because they're lazy, and it took forever to get the new map, and that shit was dog shit. But I don't know. I really don't.
Again, could just be Treyarch. Let me know down below, would you want to see Call of Duty 2023, Treyarch's next Call of Duty, at least for the multiplayer, be an exosuit, at least a BO3 style game? I feel like most people might say no, but I don't know, it could be pretty cool to see. I don't think it's going to happen.
No.
You know, just let me know down below. For the most part,
I think modern would be the best choice.
The Ghost of Hope goes through some more info and further explains what we're seeing for Call of Duty 2023. He says this, COD 2023, taking elements from both Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, gunsmith, operators, near future setting, IW8 engine and boots on the ground. So let's break all these down here. First off, for the gunsmith, I'm super interested to see what they do for this game, because there has been a lot of talk about the gunsmith being too convoluted now, too crazy, and I do appreciate, you know, Infinity Ward's and Sledgehammer's efforts to make things more customizable.
It is a little
So many
nuts.
different options to make your weapons act
It's a
completely
little
different, turn
cluttered.
them into
I'm
different
sorry.
weapons.
Warzone's guns are absolutely cluttered. I don't know. Warzone has like 500 guns now, and what would be nice is if you could implement a search feature where you can search for the gun. You have to spell the gun right, but you don't have to put out all the words. You don't have to put all the words in for the gun. Like, you just type it in, and that'd be so much easier just to pick the gun, like Tommy gun or AMAX, or I don't know. It would be a lot better than what we have now.
Basically, so there's a lot of stuff you could do now with your weapons, but some people say it's just too much now. Let me know down below, how are you guys feeling about this here? Is it too much nowadays? Would you want them to do a milder version of the gunsmith we have right now? Would you want them to go completely back to how it was in Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3? I'm not so sure it'll...
Black Ops 2 had a pick 10 system, I think. I think they should stick with that, but not make the guns 80 freaking levels. Like maybe 30 instead of 80. I know that would lower all the attachments, but do we really use all of the attachments that are all in the guns? No. We use what's good. So make something good. Don't make some, I don't know, a thermal with the freaking red dot on it. Like, what is that? No one uses that.
ever be that simple again, but maybe a milder version could be cool to see. Now for the operators here, this again is a newer feature. It's obvious that they will be returning. Nothing surprising here. And this also kind of confirms that we're not going to see any type of specialist characters in the next game like we saw in Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4.
I'm okay with that.
For the most part, the operators are pretty cool. I don't really mind them in multiplayer. It makes sense. For zombies, we've talked about a good solution to have what Call of Duty World War II zombies did, where you have a set crew, but you also have the option to pick operators that you get from the store.
I like
and
that.
For this next game, you could use the operators you get from the Battle Pass, you could use the operators you get from the store, but also have a set crew with more Easter egg and storyline focused quotes that people might want to have, rather than just operators with, you know, quotes that maybe aren't as in-depth as the set crew characters' quotes. Now for the next thing here, near future setting, this makes sense. Black Ops 2 was also a near future setting. For the most part, it was set around 2025. Now,
now we're in 2023. We're going to be in 2023 when this game comes out.
So maybe they'll go
Wait, are we going to be 20? No, it might be 24 actually. I think Infinity Ward is up after this. Yeah, it's going to be Modern Warfare after this. It's going to be an Infinity Ward Call of Duty. So we're going to be getting, unless they switch some things and Infinity Ward is 24 and Treyarch is 23, that would make no sense. But I think if they have time to make this game, that's where I think this game will be good.
Future, I could definitely see this game taking place in the 2030s, maybe early 2040s. Probably have similar tech to what we have now.
I think you should go present day. Present day would be the best choice.
We'll see very soon. But I like that setting. There also has been some theories about this next game taking place in the 90s as a, you know, sequel to Black Ops Cold War being in the 80s. That's cool as well. I would definitely want to see that. I mean, I wouldn't mind that at all. But you know,
I wouldn't mind, but
the BO2 theme would also be really, really sick to see. Now this next thing here is a bit concerning. I'll admit, the IW8 engine. So
that is the most concerning for me. I do not want that engine. Stick to the Modern Warfare engine. Modern Warfare engine is the best engine we've had.
This is the engine that you see for Modern Warfare 2019. We see it in Vanguard as
well. Oh, I see. Okay.
Black Ops Cold War. And to me, it's nice. It's smooth. I really do enjoy it, but it just doesn't have that Treyarch feel, especially for a
Treyarch
multiplayer. I don't know how I'm going to feel with this exact same engine in a Treyarch multiplayer, especially in a Black Ops 2 style game. I don't know if
okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
A lot to give it that Treyarch feel while still being smooth like Modern Warfare and Vanguard, because you have to admit, those two games, you may not like them, you may not like their multiplayers, but they're super smooth. So bringing that smooth feel, but with a Treyarch feel to this next MP.
This is what they need to do. They need to implement features from Infinity Ward's engine, but make it arcadish style, like how BO2 was, because that was a very arcadish game. That's what they need to do with this game. They need to take Modern Warfare's engine and arcade it. That's what they need to do, because that's what Treyarch is known for.
We don't know exactly how this engine is going to play. We don't know how much, again, Treyarch has modified this engine to make it their own. We just don't know yet, but I could definitely see them trying to stick with this new engine here because, as you know, they're trying to make a more cohesive Call of Duty experience with every yearly release and have that, be very similar to Warzone as well. The new engine is clearly fairly popular, considering Modern Warfare is like the best-selling COD of all time. So I don't know, man. We'll see very soon. Again, it's a bit concerning, but I definitely will give it a chance. And again, nothing is.
I think the only reason why it's the number one selling COD is because of Warzone. That's the only reason why.
But let's talk more about the Black Ops 2 influence this game could have. For me, it's kind of weird that we saw so many Black Ops 2 remakes for Cold War's multiplayer, considering it was a Black Ops 1 sequel.
Yeah, that's a little funny.
Maps there really were just BO2, didn't fit the era. I don't mind because I love BO2, so I loved seeing those maps in the game regardless, but it would have made more sense to see a ton of Black Ops 1 remakes.
Yeah.
Save all of those BO2 remakes.
Like, why didn't they make Launch, remake Launch? Why didn't they remake Launch? Why didn't they remake, did they remake Standoff? Fuck. There's so many good games. There's so many good BO1 maps. I just can't remember any off the top of my head.
A BO2 style game. It just makes more sense there. Now for this BO2 style game, what exactly are they going to do? At least for me, for the multiplayer, there are still a ton of great Black Ops 2 MP maps they could remake into this COD 2023 game. Even a bunch of the BO2 DLC maps would be so cool to see.
Wow.
So I think they have
See how he got wallbang?
From Black Ops 2 to still have a BO2 style MP. Of course, we want to see new maps as well, so maybe newly created BO2 style maps would be cool to see.
Yeah.
I think they're going to focus mostly on that. Considering we saw so many BO2 remakes in Cold War, they might give us a bit less, but I still want to see some, especially if you have the same setting as BO2, the same style as BO2. It would be super cool to see. The BO2 maps were just so good, so you may disagree with me on that, but I think almost all of those MP maps were so sick. Now, for zombies, this gets a bit more interesting because as
I want to know about this.
2 are the 3 maps that have never been remade or remastered, and they're all from Black Ops 2.
Yep.
Transit, Die Rise, and Bury. Now, we've been saying that, Zombies Chronicles 2 could release still in Cold War Zombies in a Year 2 season, which we're in right now. But now that Treyarch, they're developing and working on Vanguard Zombies while also working on COD 2023, it seems a lot less likely that they're going to take time and release a Zombies Chronicles 2 map pack with these BO2 remakes back on Cold War. So it makes more sense now to see these
just to bring them into the new game. That's the best. That makes the most sense. How sick would it be if you are loading up on Buried in 2024 and that's the first map that's on the game? That would be sick. Don't do Transit first because everyone's going to be like, fucking Transit. And no one really fucking like Die Rise. Oh, I think Buried is the best motherfucking map to do it with. That is the best first map you can release this game with.
23. Now this makes perfect sense because if this game is really a BO2 style game, it fits right in with the theme. And you could see these maps on launch, you could see them released throughout the DLC season of COD 2023. However they want to do it, it would make so much sense there. So for zombies, you get a new map, you get a new original location, and you also get a remake alongside of it from BO2. And if they want to bring back the other BO2 maps as well, I would of course be down with that. Bring back Origins, bring back maybe a faithful
bring everything back.
Mob of the Dead instead of a remake like we saw with Blood of the Dead. I mean, I think for the most part.
Oh, that would be cool. That would actually be cool if they re-innovated Origins. That would be cool. That would be really cool. If somehow they did it right and remade Origins, not remastered it, remade it, make new parts of the map open, but the old parts still there, Like you could still access the old parts, but there's new parts of the map.
Have new original content as well. So let me know what you would want to see for a BO2 style game. Any other features from BO2 Zombies in specific you would want to return. We talked about the crafting system from BO2 Zombies, finding all of these different parts and bringing it to a table. I don't want too much of that, but maybe a bit more of that could be cool. A combination of that and what we saw in Cold War Zombies would be pretty sick as well. And overall, I know a bunch of people have been talking about a BO2 remake, literally just bringing that game and remaking it or remastering it and releasing releasing it as a standalone game. That most likely will not happen. They
Unfortunately,
want the new
no.
games to sell. They want the new games to coincide with the Warzone releases as well, the new Warzone maps.
Yeah,
those
COD
are-
has
so,
completely,
for the most part,
COD has
focus
changed
on
forever.
full
Unfortunately.
remasters or remakes of an entire game, like we saw with COD 4 Modern Warfare. That
Yes.
released alongside of Infinite Warfare. That was
We're
a
never
special
gonna get
case
that
there,
again.
And Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer remaster
'Cause of
was also
Warzone.
canceled. So I just don't think any of that's gonna happen. So this BO2 style game in 2023 pretty much will be the closest we'll ever get to a full Black Ops 2 remake, bringing back a bunch of the BO2 MP maps we didn't see in Cold War, bringing back the BO2 Zombies maps, some of those features as well. That's pretty much going to be a BO2 remake / a BO2 style game, a new game as well, all brought together into one game. So
Yeah.
it sounds super interesting. It sounds super exciting. Of course, it's way too early to tell if it's even going to be a good game, if
Yeah.
this will actually happen, but so far here, it seems like a promising game. So we'll just hope for the best. We'll see very soon. That's pretty much it here for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys
Hey,
enjoyed.
W video.
There are 2 videos up on screen that may interest you, so be sure to check one of them.
W video. We'll even do that. Hey, shut up.